with each iteration of the Foxfire system, I'm able to flesh out and continually build upon the vision for what Foxfire is. And Foxfire is meant to be a modular blaster system where there's a bunch of different components that you can put together in many different ways to build the blaster that you'd like to have. So anyway, this is the release of Foxfire 1.4. It is the next step in that evolution of a blaster system that is modular. For 1.4, there's actually two new modules. The first one, which I don't have shown here, is a receiver for the worker double stack mag. And I am not real high on this mag, but I put it together, tested it going out. And so the module's there, and I'm going to include it into the system. The second one, and the module that I'm most excited about, is this front. And you can see this is the L. I'm using letter designations on the motor housings, but this motor housing L is it's a completely different look. It's more of a rounded look instead of the more square boxy looks of the other ones. And it kind of complements the other ones. So you can see it here with the Talon mag. You can see it here with the dual mag holders on Foxfire Auto. The second thing, and it kind of goes along a little bit with this, is with this release, I'm adding Foxfire flywheel cages into it. I've got one single stage, double stage, and triple stage cages. The normal ones I think are 41.5 crush for all three of them, for the 1, 2, and the 3 stages. And then the Daybreak ones are a 40 millimeter crush for if you wanted to build a Daybreak one. Now, the Daybreak one, I don't have a 2 stage. I only have a 1 stage and a 3 stage. But part of the reason for this L housing is that it supports the 3 stage follow. Now, I don't have a 3 stage one in this one, but the spacing here is such that your 3rd stage comes out to right about here, and you've got room to put that 3 stage flywheel system in there. Now, the other thing that's coming with 1.4, and I've spent a lot of time developing this because this is something that I personally really like. I like to have my extra magazines on the blaster. I like to run light, and I like to be able to attach them so I have it on the clip and I have nothing but the blaster and I can move. So I like storage stocks, and for the 1.4 release, I have a set of models for a storage stock so that you can add a storage stock onto the back of it and run your blaster. So how this works is it takes a normal Foxfire receiver, and you can put any receiver you want in here. You can put a Katana receiver, you can put a Talon receiver, you have the regular one, the double mag, you can have a double stack mag one in here, whatever one you want. Then there's a back portion, and then there's 2 necks, and there's a long neck which is shown here, and then there is a shorter neck to go along with the longer receivers, and you can mix and match those to kind of get the length that you want, but you can kind of see the difference here between the two mags. So this is also a thing that I'm really excited about, and I've been working on for a while, and I've kind of been hanging on to it a little bit and holding it for the 1.4 release. But I wanted this option out there because, again, my play style, and I think there's a lot of people like me, my play style is to go light. And so the less things I have to carry, the happier that I am. And if I can put a stock and I can get my extra magazines onto the stock, then I'm able to carry more ammo without actually increasing my, reducing my mobility, we should say it that way. So anyways, this is Foxfire, the 1.4 release. And one other thing I do want to mention before we close out this video is that I've switched over to printing in PETG completely. My old Lulzbot Mini died. I got a Prusa i3 Mark III's, I believe, to replace it. I'm in love with this printer. It's really, really doing a fantastic job. And one of the things that it does with the powder-coated sheet is it allows you to very easily print PETG. I have to do nothing special. It just put the PETG down onto it, and when it cools off, it releases from the bed. It is a beautiful thing. And so because PETG is now much easier for me to print, and the fact that I've had some warping on some pieces, especially the ones that are in black, when they're out in the sun, when we're playing on a 90-degree day, I've switched everything over to PETG for Nerf. It's going through. It's working very, very well. The other thing that I forgot to mention on the 1.4 release, and it kind of goes along with this printer, is my old Lulzbot was over extruding a little bit and I didn't get the settings quite right. So when I started printing on the Prusa, I found that things were a little bit loose. So the 1.4 release, I've kind of tightened up the tolerances on a lot of different pieces, triggers, hooks, jam doors, just about everything. The tolerances, I've kind of tightened them up by a 1/10 of a millimeter or two. And if you've got a printer that over extrudes like my old Lulzbot Mini did, then maybe go back to the 1.3 models and try that, or maybe try gluing the pieces that aren't fitting tight together. But this is more accurate for where it should be, and I did this. So be aware when you print the 1.4 ones, you're going to get a bit of a tighter fit. Maybe you can mess with your printer settings or things like that, but you're going to get a little bit of a tighter fit on a lot of the different pieces than you did in the 1.3 models. Anyways, this is Foxfire 1.4 release. Thanks for watching.